Team Royal. So we're doing something a little different today, okay? It's Good Friday, and I have a free day to give you guys my undivided attention, okay? If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I am Royal Remedy, okay? Like, comment, and subscribe at your own will because we all have that, okay? If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can book with me at royalremedy@gmail.com. Okay? If you do not have access to the email address, you can book with me at royal_remedy on Instagram. All right? So we're doing something a little different today. Um, First and foremost, it's Good Friday. To those who celebrate. I'm not really like a very like holiday type of person who celebrates all holidays, but I still like to show like respect to those who do. Um, it's just my day off. So I'm gonna give you guys my undivided attention today. I will be taking personal readings. Um, because I have the time to do that today, okay? So I will be doing personal readings. I will be uploading short videos on here as well as on any other platforms. Make sure you guys are following on all platforms, okay? Make sure you're following on TikTok at Royal Badass. Make sure you're following on Twitch at Royal Badass. Make sure you're following on Beagle at Royal Remedy. Make sure you're following on Instagram at Royal_Remedy, okay? If you would like to donate to the channel, you can donate to my Cash App. My payment method is cash tag. Do not disturb P, okay? Cash tag DONOTDISTURBP, okay? Do not disturb P, okay? That is my only payment method for you guys as of now. I am considering doing Zelle moving forward, okay? Um, Happy Friday, okay? I will be going live doing readings. I will be pulling a little bit of energy readings during this live, but I just wanted to kind of vibe with you guys because I've vibed with all my other platforms, as in Twitch, as in Beagle, 10 on the clock, but I've never really actually vibed with my YouTube outside of my Valentine's Day event that I hosted. I think that was a year or two ago. Okay. Um, I really, really do want to show my gratitude and love to you guys here on YouTube because you guys have brought me very, very far in my journey, and I would love to show you that gratitude, respect, and love back by just giving you not only readings but a little bit of a piece of me. You know what I mean? Like so you guys could fill me out a little bit more. Okay. I cannot play music as I'm streaming this live, but I will tell you a couple songs that I heard that were like channel messages. Um, I was taking a shower, and as you can see, they're trying to close my throat chakra as well. I've been experienced for the last couple of days. Um, I saw a reading. As I saw a reading, I was listening to a song before I got in the shower, and it really stuck out to me. It was by A. Marie, and I believe it's called "Nothing Feels Better." I want to say that's what it's called. I would have to look it up and see, but it was basically about like nothing feels better than the love that she receives from, I'm assuming it would have been her lover. So that could be significant to someone or just in general. In a way, I was also getting like nothing feels better than the love they receive from the source. Okay, so this is like a higher being. Okay. Um, I was also hearing, if you want it, baby, just be real. In my life, I'll take you to paradise. Paradise is very nice. So I was hearing that. That's A. Marie and LL Cool J. Okay. So a couple different songs by A. Marie was standing out very much during this time. Okay. Um, Another song that stood out to me was "Talking to Me" by A. Marie. Okay, so I was hearing that as well. She said, "Every time our eyes meet, your love keeps talking to me." So it kind of gives off like a very spiritual type of feeling, type of energy. Um, So that's kind of like what I'm getting, basically, like to start it off for today. I'm actually about to cook breakfast right now, um, and just, go off of everything I feel in the energy, okay? I know how to channel without the cards. Um, that's another thing. So I don't always need the cards to channel messages, okay? If you don't know that, then you need to watch my Instagram and where I have said it in the past that I am naturally a channeler, okay? I have a natural ability to channel messages, okay? Which most people usually do um, when they are in this field of work of divinity, okay? So I'm gonna just continue to make my breakfast, um, and just I wanted to vent to you guys because I was doing readings the last couple of days and I was getting very strong energy um, surrounding basically being attacked. Basically, like people of divinity or people who are high priests, high priestess are being attacked right now in their divinity. I also uploaded a short video where I was questioning you guys, and I was saying, well, I wouldn't say I was questioning you guys. I was just basically saying, like, I don't really know if you guys believe in heaven on earth, but I was letting you guys know that heaven on earth actually does exist in this world in this time. Um, I was also getting channel messages from the divine, literally, that God is here and that there is no sleep for the wicked, okay? There is no sleep for the wicked, okay? So basically, what that means is this is a time where everything that was hidden shall come to light. This is a time where all that was done to God's children shall be revealed, and there shall be justice. There shall be consequences. There shall be, um, I heard equality, but I keep hearing equality. But there shall be, it's not even about equality, it's really about justice, right? So in this time, and again, excuse my throat chakra, I've been trying to clear it all morning. They're trying to block my throat chakra because I've realized that some of my messages that I have been putting out has been accurate. I did a message the other day that actually I did that message, and then the very next day, something hit the news, confirmation. And it was weird to me because I like this person. So to know that this person is being attacked and everything is kind of sad. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna speak names. I've never been one of those to speak names in regards to the things that I do channel. I'm very much a high priestess. I do believe in bearing the secrets of those who um, who speak to me. Because I think something we all need to know is that you don't have to be passed over spiritually to speak to someone. Okay? If you're vibrating in a higher frequency, you can speak, someone could speak to you, right? So it's called telepathy. Hold on, you guys. Hold on, you guys. Oh, 1 second. So, as I was saying, I'm sorry I was interrupted. As I was saying, which again, there could be some type of distractions, confirmation. There could be someone who's trying to distract you from getting your message across, or there could have been someone who was trying to get in between your messages as you are doing telepathy. 1111 was on the live chat when I said that. So there could be someone who's trying to communicate with you on a telepathic level, and they there's some type of force that's trying to come between that. Okay? So again, as I was saying, as a high priestess, you should know that you are able to speak to another high vibrating frequency. And some people have the ability to speak to low vibrational frequencies as well. Okay? And it's not to say that you are low vibrational, but to say that sometimes we all have different abilities and gifts, right? No, you shouldn't want to speak to low vibrational energies, but you got to know your bloodline and what you come from and everything of that nature to know that sometimes that is your shadow side. Okay, some people are allowed to speak to both high vibrating and low vibrating because some people are put here to free the souls of those who are trapped. And you see these things in movies, and you probably like, oh, this shit not real. You see that on the movies, you see it on TV shows. You're like, this shit can't be real. But the whole time, it is. It is. Okay? So do understand that everybody has a different gift. Okay? Some stronger than others, but all gifted. Okay? You don't want to discredit anyone's gifts because I don't believe in that. I don't believe in discrediting anyone's gifts because I believe that in time, your gifts grow. And I believe that once you've mastered your gift, you will activate, right? So, with that being said, right, we're gonna lock right in. And I, myself, as a high priestess, I'm not gonna tell you what I'm able to do, what I'm not able to do, because of course that shows for itself. But sometimes when you reveal those things, you could be attacked on a higher level. But the ability to be able to speak to one's soul, right? The ability to know, right? These are the gifts, the ability to feel, taste, touch, understand. These are the gifts of high priestess and sometimes even as a high priestess or as someone who's in this field, sometimes when you're in this field of work, we don't even understand that we know how to do these things. Because let me tell you something. When I was a kid, I already was activated. As I became an adult is when I realized, oh shit, I'm a fucking magician. I'm a healer. And another thing, I want to talk about that too. Because everyone, okay, so this is like a thing. Some people are like, oh, you're a magician. If you're a magician, this is dark, this is da 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 da. A magician is just one who knows how to use energy. A magician is one who knows how to transmute energy. It doesn't make you dark, it doesn't make you light. It's somebody who knows how to transmute energy, right? There are dark magicians, and then there are high priestess, there are healers. It's the intent of what you're using your gift for. Let's be clear. Because I hear this a lot, and I hear it in the spiritual field, in the spiritual community, which is why I know that everybody has different levels of gifts and learning that needs to be mastered. I have a few readers that I read that I myself, being a high priestess who is very, very much tapped in to my divinity, um, I learn things from them on a daily basis. I don't think I'm better than them. I don't feel like I've been doing this shit since I was a kid. I knew about this since I was a kid. You can learn from everybody, right? So I say that to say you can learn from everyone and you can also teach. We can teach each other some things, right? What I've learned in this last past year, I will say, I'm proud of in the spiritual community, is that we've learned to come together and stand up for one another. There are still some people who are, they want to be the best and nobody's better than me. And there's still some of those people, for sure, because, well, what are heroes without villains, right? So, but then I also do feel like some people are growing and learning, literally, that we are actually one. We are actually one because really we are being attacked. Our whole community is being attacked. I mean, unless you work for a lower vibrational force, you're being attacked for using your divinity. So why would you want to attack those who may have the same gift as you, the same ability as you, and who's doing the work of whomever you pray to? I'm not going to say God, but I'm going to say the source. Um, why would okay? Why would you want to attack someone who is doing the same work as you, and we're already being attacked by a low vibrational force because of the gifts that we have? So I, myself, in the beginning when I came into the spiritual community, I was very much to myself, I'm not going to lie to you. I was very much not trying to get to know nobody. Just coming up here to spread the messages. Just I've always read other readings. I've always been like that. I've always looked at other readers. I've always, because to be honest with you, before I started doing readings on my own, I had my own card reader that I would read. And I would like to actually um, give those flowers to a couple people today, as I am speaking in regards to this. There are a few readers that I genuinely, some of them changed their names, so if I'm off a little bit, forgive me. I will find out and I will shout you out. I do have a few favorite readers myself, who I am very proud of, who are activated currently, who have ascended to a higher level of learning, as well as myself, right? So one of those people is Empress Ava. She has her own herbal business. She was one of the first readers, besides someone else. I think she changed her name too. Empress Ava. Okay, she's a tarot reader. I don't know if that's her name on here. I think it is Empress Ava or something like that. Um, she has locks now, but when I first started reading her, she was like she had regular. Her hair was regular. Very great reader. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to say she's a Taurus, but I believe she is, which I'm very close with Taurus. I could be wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm going off of what I heard. Um, but however, she's a great reader. I've watched her for about 3 years, 4 years to be exact. She's doing her thing. I'm very proud of her. She doesn't know me. I'm not someone who's a hater. I give I give flowers where they deserve to be given. Her, I have a male reader, which he just was literally in a car accident. I think we all know who this is. He's an amazing reader. He has a very huge following through Lynn's Eyes. One of my favorite readers as a male and as a reader in general. Any messages that he has given has always resonated. Um, he's very much tapped in. He's very much protected. And he very much has my protection, for sure, as a healer. I send my healing mentally and physically to him as well. After his accident, I'm glad to see that he's back up and running because I definitely will be watching his readings. Okay. Um, the Oracle Master. He's also another reader that I like to watch. Very much resonates. Very much. Like, he's very much tapped in. You know what I'm saying? Um, love his readings. Love how free he is. Love how vocal he is. Um, who else? Um, I can't think of her name, but she was going through something just now where her family was attacking her. Um, and they did a lot of bullshit to her. They was attacking that girl. She's a Libra, I think she is. What is her name? Brown skin. She has very big lips. Damn, I can't think of her name. And I just was watching her this morning. But I think y'all know who I'm talking about. I think you know who I'm talking about because she has a very big following. She was speaking on something in regards to being attacked by celebrities, etc., etc. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. I don't know her name by heart. I apologize. I do not know your name. But everything that was taken from you will be returned to you. I'm so sorry that you had to go through everything you went through. I can relate to her story in so many ways, which is why I am shouting her out. Um, she stays in a motel. I'm just trying to give you like a little bit so you can know who I'm talking about. It's not to put her business out there because she spoke it out herself. That's the only way that I don't know. Um, so yes, her very strong, very strong. I was watching her for a couple years. Um, I think the other girl name is Royal Divinity. She's a very good reader as well. I just started watching Rennie Oracle. She's a good reader as well. Okay, I really don't have time to shout out every single reader that I've read that I feel like is very good at what they do, but there is plenty. Okay, there is a couple more that I do have in mind that I've watched on my journey. Um, Miss Heavenly Divine Scent, I believe her name is. Great reader. As you can see, this monitoring spirit that just rolled by, they don't like that I'm saying this and giving y'all flowers. But I think that you guys deserve that. I feel like, sometimes money is not enough. Sometimes we just need to be known for what we do and how we change people's lives, okay? So I wanted to take that time out to show the love to those people, and also I will be supporting those channels. Oh, I am forgetting somebody. Miss Ceci Slay, very good reader. I've been watching her. She was one of the first readers I was watching too. Very much free, very much loving it. Okay, um, love the way she speaks. Love the way she carries herself. Love the way she has control over her emotions when people make their little comments and stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Because sometimes what people don't understand is, as being readers, we have to have a certain level of control and balance because people will attack us with their words. You know, the power of the tongue is very strong. So sometimes we're being attacked with words and people calling us devils and telling us that we don't know this and that, and we're very unique and we're different. So some of us dress different. Some of us we are misunderstood, right? So yes, I wanted to just shout you guys out and let you know that you guys are doing a very great job. Um, oh, one more person. I can't forget about her because this is my motherfucking nigga right here. She a Pisces. Um, chilling with Allie, relaxing with Allie. She's Allison. Allison, you are a fucking beast. You're a beast. You really show out for the Pisces, and I love that for you. Um, I watch all of her channels. I love the messages. They're very much on point. She knows what she's talking about for a fact. She knows what she's talking about. She has a very clear eye, okay? Um, her as well. Very great reader. Make sure you guys go check out these readers that I did just mention to you guys. Um, if you have the time to, if you are interested in doing so, okay? She mentioned the other day on one of her channels, I think it was Relaxing with Ali, if I'm not mistaken. She had mentioned that someone was being shadow banned on their channel. And I have been being shadow banned on my YouTube channel for almost 2 years. All of my messages are very much on point. Why? How I know? Because they're being shared back to back. You get what I'm saying? And I've been shadow banned on YouTube for about 2 years. My following hasn't went over 2,000 followers. I should be well over 2,000 followers, which I was posting back to 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 back. You know what I'm saying? And even with that, even with not posting back to back, when your messages resonate, it really doesn't matter, right? But of course, me, I never really spoke too much on it. I never really said much because I really don't care about the following. I care about the message, right? But me being an entrepreneur, I do feel like I should be being paid more, or not to say more, because that sounds like greed or like I'm not doing it out of my divinity. But I feel like the fruits of my labor should be rewarded to me due to my hard work and effort for this source, right? But again, I never complain. Why? Because I'm doing God's work. So I just do it, right? Like Nike. Just do it. Nike could be significant as well. So I'm not much of a complainer. I try not to complain. I live my life with in faith and not fear. Faith over fear is something that I stand very strong on. I always have, even in my moments of not knowing. I wouldn't say confusion, but not knowing where I'm going to get this from or what I'm going to do about this. I've always been a big prayer warrior, right? And I put my faith in God because He would never forsake. My source would never forsake me, right? So I'm pretty sure y'all know all about that if y'all know about God. So, and I speak very highly because I know what He's capable of doing because He saved me in many, many ways that no man could ever do. No man on earth could ever done the things that he has done for me. And I assure you of that. I assure you of that. Okay? So I live in a state where, and I'm not talking about a state as an actual state, but I live in a state of mind where I don't rely on man. I live my life in spirit. I don't look at people as human beings because I don't even believe that I'm a human being. I believe that I'm angelic. I am an angel here on earth. And I am here to spread the word of God. And I am here to also reveal truth. And no, I'm not always happy about it. Trust me, I'm not. I'm not always happy that I gotta be the one to get the messages out. And coming from the hood, you know what I mean? We consider that as certain things as what we would call snitching. But I never allow myself to speak on certain topics as well. I just want to be clear. I don't allow myself to speak on certain things because I don't feel like certain things are for me to speak on. Right? So I don't. The things that I am moved to speak on by the divine, those are the things that I speak on. Those things have to be exposed because those people have done very much wicked. They have done very much wicked, but not to regular man, to go against God's will. You get what I'm saying? This is going against what God has ordained. And hi, how are you? And basically, in this lifetime, there's been a lot of wicked going on. There's been a lot of wicked, there's been a lot of witchcraft, which I've been talking about this for the longest, and people have not been listening. Some people didn't believe it, some people believed it, and some people just don't want to believe it. Because some people are afraid. And I can understand. When you're not woke, of course you're going to be in fear. Because fear is an illusion, it's not of God. So why wouldn't you be afraid, right? And in my head right now I'm hearing, I'm not afraid to take a stand. Okay, so that's by Eminem. So God has put certain people in positions who he knows will not be afraid to take on the challenge that he has put before them. And if you ever listen to your grandma, you remember with the church back in the day, she used to say to you, God chooses his strongest battles for his strongest warriors. That's very much the truth. That is very much the truth. God has chosen his strongest battle for his strongest people. Because he knows that these people aren't afraid to take the stand to let the shit be known. See, he ain't fucking with no scary shit. He want some big body shit. He ain't fucking with no puppies. He want big dogs. And the people that he put in these positions to do that job, just like a growing animal, or I would say a growing animal because we're speaking in regards to dogs. So just like a growing animal, they start off learning. And then once they get older, they know. Dogs are very smart animals. They also are very much like human beings. Their minds. Dogs, monkeys, and cats, right? I always say cats are sneaky. But cats are smart as fuck. Cats are very much smart. And they're mysterious. It's not that they're sneaky, it's that They're mysterious. Their eyes are very much mysterious. They're hard to figure out, right? And I think that that's kind of what happens with high priest and high priestess. We are very much hard to figure out. I mean, unless you're just going to be nosy, then that'd be it, right? But we are very much hard to figure out, but we figure out the hard things, if that makes sense. I wanted to, I didn't really have any plans on teaching this morning because I think that's what I'm doing. Um, I do it every day, actually. But I didn't really have, please get off my channel. What are you talking about? I didn't have any plans on doing this. I just had plans on cooking with you guys and asking you guys how every day was. But my spirit was moved to do other ones. Because why? I am the Hierophant. I am an ascended master. I am a teacher. So that is my job here on life, to teach you guys spiritually about life. Not about man, not about the shit that you see on a daily basis, not about the shit that you was told when you was kids, not about the shit that you was brainwashed into believing, but the shit that really, that's important for you to know. Because everybody on earth right now has a gift. You just haven't tapped in yet. Hold on, y'all. So, so I'm going to do my job every day. And I'm not talking about working for man. Because to be honest with you, I haven't been working for man for a couple years. I've been working for myself. But in this last year and a half, my finances, my home, my business, my relationships, they've been being attacked on a very high level. Um, I was ashamed to speak about it at first because me being as grown as I am, I felt like it's something that I didn't want to speak about. I felt like there are certain things that you should keep as a mystery to other people because you'll be attacked more, right? But what I'm learning, because even though I've mastered my gift, I still have to learn every day that I'm here. What I'm learning is there's no reason to be ashamed of the things that you go through because we're all here to learn and grow, just like a flower, right? And I'm hearing, uh, you're just like a flower, you're ever giving, that you're giving. And I made a message about that the other day. All God's children are special, but not like you. So some people could feel discouraged because of the gifts that you have that they don't. And it doesn't make them any less of or gifted. It doesn't make them any less gifted. It doesn't make them any less magical or any less of a high priestess or a high priest. But sometimes what we have to understand is envy, jealousy are spirits. These are spirits. These are not people. These are spirits that take over the body and the mind of the flesh, right? So sometimes your best friend could be your best friend. Y'all been best friends for years. Nothing ever was weird. Always, you started elevating. They supported you in the beginning. The higher you go, if they're not vibing that high on that frequency, what you need to understand is at that point, you've outgrown them. You've outgrown them. Or unless they're willing to learn and grow and vibrate on that frequency. Jealousy and envy comes into play when things like this happen. Why? And your family members too. Because in the Bible, which I'm not even religious, let's just be clear. We all know this about me. I'm not a religious person. But I grew up in the church though. In the Bible, it stated that Cain and Abel, brothers, their own family was willing, his own brother was willing to kill him because he was jealous of the gifts that one had. He had gifts. His gifts just wasn't as great as his. So he decided to kill him because he wanted more power. He wanted to be seen in a certain light. So that made him feel like, well, if I get rid of you, then I'm the greatest, right? But that wasn't even the case. Because right after you did that, your spiritual gifts got taken from you. And you was crucified. Right? So you did all of that. You did all of that to still not be the greatest. Still not be known as the greatest. So my point is saying envy, jealousy, that shit is real. It could be the same person you went to school with. It could be your brother. It could be your sister. And that be the hardest part for us to understand sometimes. You don't understand it because you so stuck in the head like this is my family. Why would they ever feel like this about me? Why would they ever be jealous of me? Because your light shines so bright. Your light shines so bright. And people can't stand that when they dealing with demons, when they dealing with their own demons and their own spirits. Some people can't stand that. What I've known myself, what I've learned, I always come across unhealed individuals. I always come across unhealed individuals, and I always used to wonder, why am I always around people who need help, who need healing, who's draining me of all my energy, who always needs something from me, and then I had to remember, some of them are vampires, energy vampires. Some of them you have to heal. That's your job. To heal them, to pray for them, because they know not better. They don't know the Lord. They don't know God. How could they ever understand what you feel or what you know or what you see? They don't know him like you know him. Favor is not fair. Favor is not fair. And sometimes people are upset by that because you're highly favored. Your favor is your favor. What God bestowed before you is for you. It could never be for the next person. So when people be talking that destiny swap and shit and, oh, this person tried to do magic to do this and this and that, they could do whatever the fuck they want to do. Because let me tell you something. When you favor, ain't nothing you could do with God, baby. It's nothing you could do with God. It will always be for you. And that will bring out the beast in people. Real shit. And they'll feel like, oh, well, I can't get you like this, so I'm going to get you in real life. It probably worked a lot in the past, in the time, but it has been a humongous shift in the world right now. And let me tell you, God is here. I'm gonna keep saying that shit to those who think I'm playing. It's judgment time. You don't see all the shit that's happening in the world right now? Bye. No candy. It's too early. Eat your food. God is real, right? And he here. Right now, nigga. Right now. He's here. And it's judgment time. Everything that's happening in the world, nigga, ain't happening for no reason. I ain't saying nigga like as in an arrogant and ignorance. I mean, as in the color of your skin. I'm saying it in an arrogant ignorance. Because y'all are arrogant and ignorant. Y'all don't want to learn shit. Y'all think y'all got the answers to everything. And these are the people who God, excuse me, bye. Excuse me, I'm streaming. Bye. See, the devil will use anybody he can to distract you from God's word. Just like that. My children are my everything. But you see how he just used my children to try to distract my message? It's shit like that. But let me tell you something. God is here and it's judgment time. No sleep for the wicked. And it's time for everybody who wronged the children of God to be punished. And there is nothing you can do about it. Why? Because it's karma. If you ever did anything to somebody who God chose, who's the chosen one, you will reap your karma instantly. Because it's judgment time. You see, we in war right now. All of this shit was in the Bible. I'm not spiritual. I said I'm not spiritual. Ooh. See? That's the devil. Return to sender. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. All of this was in the Bible. It told you what was going to be happening in the ending days. Everybody believes, the ending days, the world's going to be over. We're all going to die. No. No. It's the ending days of the wicked, baby. It's the end of the days of the wicked. It's the end of the old world and we're entering a new one, right? And when I was a kid, I always wanted to be a healer. That's the funniest shit ever. I was a nurse. I manifested everything in my life I said I would. Outside of being like a tarot card reader, I never knew the fuck I was going to do that. I never knew I was going to read cards. I'm going to be honest. But I manifested everything in my life as a child first, my nigga. And then it just came into life. And I always wonder, I'm like, damn, how the fuck? When I was little, I said I wanted 3 kids. I wanted a boy, a girl, and a boy. Because the oldest could protect the daughter, which would have been my middle child. And the youngest could protect her as well. 2 boys and 1 girl, right? And I'm with child. And I have heavy protection over my womb. So I'm not worried about anybody. You can't do nothing with me. I'm covered. I'm favored. Blessed be the Lord. You hear me? But I manifested everything in my life. And when I really started to notice that I was doing everything I said I was going to do in my life, I started getting scared of my own power. Because I'm like, how the fuck did I do that? Because let me tell you something. I didn't have the resources from where I come from. I didn't have the support. I'm just going to be blatant because people want me to be fake about it. They want me to lie and act like I had my family, like a support system, and everybody loved everybody and things were sweet. That's not the truth. That's not the truth. And I'm not going to act like it is. I had some people in my family that I thought were there for me, that I thought were genuine. until they seen that light in me. Then I realized that envy and that hate is shine brighter than anything. Shit, the dark could shine too. Hold on, let me tell you some shit. When you start to see shit with your light into the darkness, that's all I'm saying. But this is not to get on here and talk about my life or the things that happen within my family because I've let those things go. I don't care. I just stay away from those people. Genuinely, return to sender, because sometimes what we don't understand is holding on to things makes shit worse. Because if God's trying to show you who's for you and who's against you, why would you stay with who's against you? Y'all don't know that love could get you killed, and so can loyalty? These are all lessons that need to be learned. If you're not learning from your lessons, then these are considered karmic cycles. If you let somebody take from you once and you forgive them, okay. If you let them do it twice, it was a choice. Because the first time they did it, you had free will. You could have forgave them, but you should have never forgot, right? It's okay to give people second chances. But sometimes you give second chances. Sometimes you'll give somebody a second chance and it'll be the last time. You hear me? And then you got people who will go as far as to hide under fake pages because it's not even a wig, baby. This is a culture. And do shit like that. And then me being a high priestess, I'm like already knowing who the fuck it is because they'll tell on themselves, guys. They will tell on themselves. When you start speaking about certain shit, then magically all of a sudden a motherfucker come on your platform and start popping shit. That just lets you know that everything you just said was right. You get what I'm saying? They're bothered. They're bothered that you are speaking the truth. They're bothered that you're able to use your platform to change lives, to heal people. Because they never did that. They still stuck on childhood trauma, trying to use the shit that happened in the past as an excuse for where they at in life now. Which is why they still where the fuck they at. And you're not. That's neither here nor there though. This video was never supposed to be about this. None of this. It was simply supposed to be a video of me cooking, just talking to you guys, vibing with you guys. But again, this was supposed to happen. Everything happens for a reason. So I hope that you guys take what resonated in this message and that you understand that you will reap what you sow. That go for everybody, even us. Us as a high priestess, if we do wrong, we gotta reap what we sow too. God don't pick and choose, baby. He giving it, he giving it out. You hear me? Nobody gets to skip karma. Nobody gets to skip karma. Everybody gets their consequences in life. Even his favor, because you get it the worst, because you knew better. Which is why you should live righteously. And I'm not saying righteously as the shit they talk about in the Bible. Righteously is doing good by those who just doing good by those. I can't even say who has done good by you. But just doing good and not looking for it in return. Doing good because it's what you should want to do. And not changing because of the things that people have done to you. So I'm gonna leave this message here for you guys. I will be doing a reading for you guys shortly after I eat, probably like around 11:30. Make sure you guys are locking in. I love you guys. Make sure you share the video and make sure it gets to where it goes to. As always, peace, love, and light to you guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.